There's always the potential for an election day surprise.
I've never seen anything like that, where a team is a loss, 60 minutes of hockey away from being completely out of it, and still only 12-1 to win the Stanley Cup.
From politics to playoff hockey, there's always the chance for an upset. With election and playoff season in full swing in Alberta, there's reason for hope for fans of underdog candidates and teams. To find the biggest upset in Alberta politics, you need to go back almost 100 years to 1921.
When the United Farmers, who did not have a leader and did not run a full slate of candidates, ended up winning government.
You don't have to go quite so far back to find big playoff upsets.
Carolina back 2002 when they go on their magical run to almost win the Stanley Cup, and then the Anaheim Ducks the year after that when they come within a game of the Stanley Cup and do so well that their goalie J.S. Shiger actually wins playoffs MVP. Even the year after that, here in Calgary, the Calgary Flames, it was a magical run. People remember it, but what people tend to forget sometimes is that team was a huge underdog going into that series.
There are some metrics which can help predict how well a party or team will do, starting with politics and the popular vote.
We know historically that 10% is sort of a magic number to win a seat in Alberta, and there are exceptions to that. The NDP were wiped off the electoral map in the early 90s, and they had just under 10% of the vote. And certainly parties can win seats with less than that. In the 2015 election, the Liberals had about 4% of the vote province-wide, and David Swan still won a seat, and the Alberta Party had about 2% of the popular vote province-wide, and Greg Clark still won his seat.
So it's hard to know exactly how things will shake down for political underdogs, but it's a bit easier to figure out the odds of upset stories on the ice.
Tampa Bay going into the playoffs were the favorites to win the Stanley Cup at 2-1. Again, the Flames were second at 9-1.
But 3 quick losses have Tampa Bay staring down elimination.
Well, it's happened 190 times where a team's gone down 3-0, and the team that's been down 3-0 has won 4.
We'll know shortly if there will be any shocking political upsets in Edmonton. When it comes to playoff upsets, Edmonton fans are upset for a whole different reason. In Calgary, Jonathan Muma, City News.